Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, we'll continue the pastime of King Puranjana. So, 4th canto, 25th chapter, verse number 21. Okay, so please chant the sloka after me. Panchashirsha Guptam Pratiharena Sarvataha Anveshamanam Rishabam Apraudam Kamarupinim Panchashirsha Guptam Pratiharena Sarvataha Anveshamanam Rishabam Apraudam Kamarupinim. Synonyms: Pancha 5, Shirsha head, Ahina by a snake, Guptam protected, Pratiharena by a bodyguard, Sarvataha all around, Anveshamanam one who's searching after, Rishabam a husband, Apraudam not very old, Kamarupini very attractive to fulfill lusty desires. Translation: the woman was protected on all sides by a 5-hooded snake. She was very beautiful and young, and she appeared very anxious to find a suitable husband. Hare Krishna, Maniji and Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The vital force of a living entity includes the 5 kinds of air working within the body, which are known as prana, apana, vyana, samana, and udana. The vital force is compared to a serpent because a serpent can live by simply drinking air. The vital force carried by the air is described as the pratihara or the bodyguard. Without the vital force, one cannot live for a moment. Indeed, all the senses are working under the protection of the vital force. The woman who represents intelligence was searching after a husband. This indicates that intelligence cannot act without consciousness. A beautiful woman is useless unless protected by the proper husband. Intelligence must always be very fresh. Therefore, the word apraudam, very young, is used here. Material enjoyment means utilizing the intelligence for the sake of rupa, rasa, gandha, shabda, and sparsh, or form, taste, smell, sound, and touch. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Panchashirsha Guptam Pratiharena Sarvadaha Anveshamanam Rishabam Apraudham Kamarupinim. Translation: the woman was protected on all sides by a 5-hooded snake. She was very beautiful and young, and she appeared very anxious to find a suitable husband. So here was 20 to 24, Puranjana sees a beautiful woman. Now, what's the name of that woman? What is the name? It's not mentioned. But then Puranjana is an imaginary character, right?
Well, her name is Puranjani.
Puranjani. She's Puranjani. Okay, Puranjana is an imagination character in the sense it is representing all the people in the material world, saying that as one who enjoys the senses. So the who he gets as a partner is also who enjoys the senses. That's a Puranjani. Okay. So now verse 20 to 24 in chapter in 4th canto 25th chapter, Narad Muni is explaining about Puranjani, the characteristics of Puranjani. So in the previous sloka, yesterday we saw that intelligence functioning with ignorance and initial relationship of the jiva with the material intelligence arise without the cause, and the 10 senses, right, with many desires, like 10 servants with the husbands of wife, hundreds of wives. So that we saw. And then today we are going to see about how that lady is being protected by the 5-hooded snake. And what is this 5-hooded snake? It's a vital force prana. Okay, that is prana, the 5 kind of air. That is prana, apana, vyana, samana, and udhana. So when the soul leaves the body, it doesn't go just like that. No, is there any doctors here? I think Prakash Parekh Prabhu, like, how do we declare somebody who's dead? Like, how do you declare it? When do you declare it? Are you there? Any doctors here who knows?
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Mataji.
Yes.
Mataji.
When patient is not breathing or when the heart stops.
Yeah, but then how long it takes for you? Will you immediately declare? No, right?
It will take at least
2 hours,
45 minutes.
Yeah. So we
At
wait.
least 45 minutes.
Yeah, we wait 45 minutes, like 1 hour, 1.5 hours. We wait. Because why? Because its complete air force have not gone from the body. We wait. The vital force, it has to go. When the soul goes, it's not like just like that it goes. Yes, the heart stopped beating, but then we need to wait. We see the pupil have dilated, not reacting. And then we see the pulses, we saw, all that. And then we see, and also even if finally we can't declare, sometimes it's very difficult to declare because the patient already will be having a feeble pulse, and some problems happens, and then we're not able to declare. To confirm it, we take an ECG and shows an asystole. There is no waves coming. That is like the whole heart activity have stopped. So it takes time for anybody to declare. You don't declare just like that, because sometimes you see the patient, sometimes they take a gasp, they take a big breath, and then there's a gap, and then there's a pause. Then after that, they take one breath or something. That's because the air, the 5 kind of air is there: prana, apana, vyana, samana, and udana in our body, the vital force. It's leaving one by one, not like immediately it goes. Okay. And then it is said that where these 5 air concentrate, that's where the soul actually presents. But for human beings, it's in the heart. And Prabhupada says heart is the one which gives energy to the whole body. Why? Because the pumping of the heart, the oxygenated everything happens in that heart. So heart is considered to be the center of all our source of activity. Similarly, why? Because the soul and the super soul is present in the heart. That medical field can't understand. But then on the spiritual aspect, we know because it's the super soul who makes the heart beat, and that energy is coming from the super soul. So the 5 kind of serpents, the 5-hooded serpent of the Puranjani is compared to the 5 kind of air. And then she's very beautiful and young, and she appeared very anxious to find a suitable husband. That's for sense gratification, right? So the women who represent intelligence was searching after her husband. That's actually a consciousness. Actually, it is mentioned here. Beautiful and young, she appeared anxious to find a suitable husband. Intelligence cannot act without consciousness. So it's actually, where is this intelligence coming from? Where is the intelligence of a person coming from?
Krishna.
Krishna, but is it from the brain substance? The gray matter, white matter, whatever we say. Is it coming from the brain?
Right from heart only. Heart. Brain, Mataji. Brain.
In the consciousness. Okay, so the story of Daksha, like how Lord Shiva cut his head. Then what happened? Did he continue the sacrifice after that?
Yes, he could. Yes,
The
he
goat
could.
head, with a goat
Yeah.
head, no? So intelligence is not coming from here. It's not from the brain matter here. So intelligence cannot act without consciousness. Okay, so that's why consciousness is very important. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yaviditadikam. So it's actually that. So here material enjoyment means utilizing the intelligence for rupa, rasa, gandha, shabda, sparsha. That is taste, smell, sound, and touch. Now, so the material senses, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, touch is being used for material sense gratification. But these senses have been given for what? What is the real use of the senses? Why did we get these senses?
Rishikena Rishikesha.
For serving Krishna.
For
right?
serving the Krishna. Himself.
Yeah. So Rishikena Rishikesha, as Madhya said, yes, this senses has to be used to serve the master of sense, Krishna. But if it is used for sense gratification, it's like a government official given a vehicle for his government use or official use, and he's using it for his private purpose, personal reason, personal things. So that's like we are misusing the senses. So here in the second canto, it is said that we are the humans who misuse the senses are compared to like dogs, hogs, camels, and asses, right? And they don't want to listen to the pastimes of the Lord. Their senses are given to listen to the pastimes of the Lord, but then they compare to a dog, hog, camel, and asses. Why the sense gratificatory people are compared to a dog? Why they compared to a dog? It's a long purpose.
Dogs have unsatiable lust.
Okay. Now I want this reason what Prabhupada mentioned here in the purport. So dogs, why? Because what does a dog do? It just go from one house to another house now in search of a food. So similarly, qualified professionals, in the sense many are unemployed in our world. So many, they go with their CV and biodata from one company to another company. There's no vacancy, like how a dog goes in search of a food. And why we are compared to a hog?
Because they do eating, sleeping,
Yes,
mating,
especially eating, eating any filthy things. If the hog gets anything anywhere, they just eat. So somebody who's taking anything and anywhere without discriminating, even eating non-veg, all that, they comes in hogs. And camel?
They
eats
take
thorns
the
and
taste of their
imagines
own
that
blood.
Yeah,
is,
so
Tani
they
plant.
eat the thorn, and then they get the blood from the tongue, and they think it's like they're enjoying the thorn, but it's actually they're drinking their own blood. And what about asses?
Over
They
enduring.
work, yes, work.
Over-rendering just for some few grass, they just carry a lot of
They-
weight for the washerman. Okay, without even knowing that grass is available everywhere. So those who are karmis, atyahara prayasasya, who does this, they are compared to a dog, hog, camel, and asses by Bhagavad Gita. And then Bhagavatam. And also it is said that one who have not listened to the holy name of the Lord or the pastime, it's compared to what? Compared to the ears holes of a snake. The ear holes like a holes of a snake. So even if we're getting the senses and we are not used to serve Krishna, then it's compared to the hole of a snake. Why? Hole of a snake is of no use. If you put hand in the hole of a snake, definitely you're going to get bite from it. So somebody who have not sung loudly or heard the holy name of the Lord or about the scriptures, it's compared to the hole of a snake. And a tongue which have not chanted Krishna's holy name is compared to a tongue of a frog. What is the specialty of the tongue of a frog, or why is it compared to a frog croaking?
Because it invites
it invites
Inviting its
So it invites the snake. And what does a frog do? Just croak. It's of no use. It's of no use. It's just doing some material sound. It's of no use. No, the croaking of the sound. That frog philosophy. Just go on talking. And this is like a tongue of a frog. And it invites snake. A snake is compared to death. You keep talking material things, and then finally death comes and takes us. Okay, so this is a very nice purport you should read. And also that it is said here, the portion of the body, like if we have not bowed down before the Lord, then it is compared to a dead man's body. A dead man, the dead person cannot bend in front of the Lord, right? So that's what it is said. And hands also is compared to the dead man's hand. The legs are compared to a tree, if it's because trees cannot walk. And then eyes who have not seen the Lord is compared to the plumes of a peacock feather. You've seen the peacock feather, it has it looks like an eyes, but can it see? No. So if you have eyes and you've not seen the beautiful form of the Lord, it's compared to the plumes of a peacock. And the legs which does not move to the holy place or the pilgrimage places or the temple is compared to like a tree trunk. Trees cannot move. No. So that means you have leg, but still it's of no use. It's like a tree. So all our senses has to be used to serve the master of senses. So this Puranjana is searching for sense gratification in Puranjani. She is also searching back. So there is a story of Pingala. Does anyone know from Pingala? That's from 11th canto. Pingala? No idea.
She's a prostitute. She
Yeah,
was
she
a
was a
prostitute who
prostitute,
went
and then
to
what happened?
Haridas Thakur. She went to.
No. Haridas Thakur prostitute is not Pingala. That's from Chaitanya.
She was seeing the
Yes.
friend of her home, a Brahmin, and the Brahmin was seeing her. And
Yes.
he was always after her, thinking that how she's very bad. Whereas this lady, she will think that this man is so pious, always thinking of God.
That's not the story. That was also a prostitute. Yeah, right. But then this is about Avadhuta Brahmana. When Avadhuta Brahmana learns from many gurus, he has so many gurus. One of the guru is a Pingala. And then Avadhuta Brahmana says that why she's his guru. Can a prostitute become a guru to somebody? Why? Because she wanted to do sense gratification. And every day, sometimes the prostitute, what they do, daytime they sleep, and night is the one they ask for sense gratification. So she got ready and exposing her body parts. She went inside a street to expose and attract people. So every man was going, passing her and going. She was just looking and asking for sense gratification. She was just searching for sense gratification from all the men who passed. Then finally, nobody turned to her. Everybody just went. This was Krishna's arrangement. And finally, she's like, what am I doing? I'm wasting my life just staying here, standing in the street, exposing my body parts, and then trying for sense gratification. So she's like, hope for sense gratification is the root cause for all suffering. She had that hope, but then finally she could not satisfy her senses and she was completely depressed. But she got some self-realization that what am I doing in this human form? And so Avadhuta Brahmana is like, I can learn from that Pingala, that prostitute, that I should not go for sense gratification. If I go, there is a lot of miseries. And also the Avadhuta Brahmana also takes elephant as his guru. Why elephant? What can we learn from elephant about sense gratification? What does an elephant do? How do you attract a male elephant on the forest?
Female elephant.
Yeah, so female elephant is gone. So that means just for get attracted to the skin, no? So the female elephant comes and it falls into the ditch. So the attraction to the opposite sex is completely seen in an elephant. So Avadhuta Brahmana learns from the elephant also. And what about honeybee? What happens to honeybee? Like, what is the sense gratification? What is the fate of the honeybee? Yes.
It collects all the honey, but it cannot enjoy the honey.
Yeah, it's collecting so much hard work, collecting all the honey and keeping, and then finally somebody comes and burns the hives and then take away everything. And when it is taking honey, it is getting bitten by another honeybee. So, and also honeybee goes and because of the smell goes and stay in a lotus, and the lotus closes now in the evening, and it just gets trapped inside and then dies. Okay, what about a deer? Deer, these are all the gurus of the Avadhuta Brahmana. He's learning from a deer also. What about a deer?
It is attracted by sound.
Music sound.
Yeah. So
Hearing
when the hunters wanted to capture the deer, they play nice music and the deer gets attracted by the sound at the hunter. And then so we should not listen to, that means what? We should not listen to mundane musics. It's compared to the sound of the hunters is compared to the sound of a mundane music songs and mundane things. Gramya varta na shunibe na bolibe. Right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says you should not hear all this prajalpa and because it will decrease your devotional services. So Avadhuta Brahmana learns from the Pingala. He accepts her as a guru. From an elephant because of the skin, the sense gratification. The deer because of the ear, and honeybee because of the smell. What about a fish? Fish is also a guru for the Avadhuta Brahmana. And what sense gratification does the fish does?
It wants to satisfy
For its food. Trapped for its food.
So yes, so it gets attracted by the tongue. It cannot control the tongue and gets attracted to that food and then gets caught in the net. So we should not get attracted to the sense of taste. So you can control it by taking Krishna Prasadam. So when you take Krishna Prasad, the Prasadam is so tasty. Why? Because it has saliva of Krishna. And it is when it is taken by devotees, because you offer to the Guru Parambara also, it becomes Mahaprasadam. So Bhakta Bhukta Avishesha, Mahabal. So it's going to be very merciful for you. Okay, so these are some of there are so many other things also, ocean, python and everything, different 24 gurus. You can all read. I think it's from 11th canto. This is the Avadhuta Brahmana. Yes. Yeah, so it's from the 11th canto, 7th chapter, okay, verse number 27. So from here you can see how Avadhuta Brahmana goes and see different, it's very interesting to see how he's learning from different animals and birds and everyone in the this thing, okay. No, Avadhuta Brahmana. I'm not sure, Mataji. Okay, so here it is said, generally human beings work hard to cultivate religiosity, economic development, sense gratification. Okay, why? And that's the ultimate motive for sense gratification too. And also they work to increase the duration of the life so that they want to do sense gratification, to acquire fame and enjoy material opulence. So they want to increase the duration of life for sense gratification. But a devotee wants to increase the duration of life so as to serve Krishna. Right? So that's the difference. Okay, and also here it is said that in the 9th canto, one who know that material happiness, whether good or bad, in this life or in the next, or in the planet or heavenly planets, is temporary and useless. And the intelligent person should not try to enjoy or even think of such things. Such a self-realized person knows quite well that material happiness is very cause of continued material existence and forgetful of our constitutional position. Okay, so this is what is important. So material happiness is very cause of continued material existence. We want to enjoy. There's so much desire. We continue to take rebirth again and again and again, and we forget our constitutional position. What is special today? Is there any other significance today for the Vaishnavas? Anybody knows?
ISKCON was incorporated in
ISKCON Incorporation Day. Yes. So Prabhupada have established ISKCON or made ISKCON as a institution, or he registered ISKCON in New York on this particular day in 1966. Okay. So Srila Prabhupada, we know, I'll just speak a little bit. He went in the Jaladuta ship and got a complimentary ticket, and it was so difficult, 35 days in the ship. So he started the Matchless Gift Shop. That's a first storefront in 22nd Avenue in New York. So that's the place where he had a small picture of the Panchatattvas, and he started inviting people. He was all alone. The movement flourished because of the prasadam. So he went and tried to get people, and he went to the hippies world, right? And he started incorporating ISKCON as the institution. And there are some 7 purposes of ISKCON. Does anyone know? ISKCON, or the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, was formed to propagate 7 reasons. Why? You can just say 7 purposes of ISKCON, and then it comes a purpose. See, okay, 7 purposes of ISKCON. So there are 7 reasons why Prabhupada, because when you make an institution, or when you go to register in America, you're supposed to give reasons why you want ISKCON. So these are the 7 reasons we all should know, because you are all following in ISKCON, or you are following the Sambradayas or teachings of the Acharya, founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada. So 7 purposes of ISKCON is, one is to systematically propagate spiritual knowledge. You have to propagate or preach to society at large. We can't preach only to little people. We want a large society. And to educate all people in the techniques of spiritual life, like chanting Hare Krishna and all that. And in order to check the imbalance of values in life, there are the 4 regulative principles, and to achieve real unity and peace in the world. That's a peace formula. Bhoktaram. So that's why. Yeah, Lokanath Goswami disappearance day was yesterday, Prabhu. He is the spiritual master of Narottam Das Thakur. Okay, and he have written, and he have So he's one of the Goswamis. So here ISKCON Incorporation Day today. So 7 purposes of ISKCON. One is to systematically propagate spiritual knowledge to society at large. Prabhupada's like, you just preach Bhagavad Gita to somebody and you don't see that person. You have to sit somewhere and then talk to them regularly, on a regular basis. Nityam Bhagavata Seva. Every day they should come, or at least once in a week, they should regularly come. Then only can you give that spiritual knowledge to them. Because first day when somebody comes to ISKCON, you can't say all the philosophy, Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. No. First day, you tell them about how our society is, about Krishna a little bit, not completely, all the philosophy, no. Right? So slowly, you give them knowledge. So for that, Prabhupada have made ISKCON. Second is to propagate a consciousness of Krishna as he's revealed in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. The scriptures, to teach scriptures, because if you have to teach scriptures, you should have a society where people come together and talk and discuss about Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. To bring the members of society together with each other and nearer to Krishna. We should become close to each other in the sense devotee association, and together we should become close to Krishna. And thus to develop the idea within the members and humanity at large that each soul is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. To make them understand that you are not this body, you're spirit soul. Unless you come together with like-minded devotees, how will we be able to know this? No? So that's why Prabhupada made this ISKCON. And to teach and encourage the Sankirtan movement. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants. Prithivitya Chenagradhagram Sarvatra Prachar Hora Moranam. And also he says, Yara Deke Tareka Hey Krishna Upadesh. You should speak about Bhagavad Gita. So to encourage the Sankirtan movement. So Sankirtan means what? Everyone should come, congregational chanting. Everyone should come and sit. It's not like alone you chant. You can do chanting. But when you sing Kirtan, there should be a group of people to teach and encourage the Sankirtan movement, congregational chanting of the holy name of God, and reveal the teachings of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why he gave Chaitanya Charitamrita also. and to erect the members and society at large a holy place of transcendental pastimes dedicated to the personality of Godhead. So how to explain all the pastimes of the Lord, to bring the members closer together for purpose of teaching a simple and more natural way of life. Now, when you come to ISKCON, it's like so simple way of life, right? No much complications, nothing. You've seen all great devotees. They're very simple, very sattvic, and even prasadam you make, everything is very simple and sattvic, and with a view towards achieving the aforementioned purpose to publish and distribute periodicals, magazines, books, and other writings. To publish, it's like a brihat mridanga. The printing press is a brihat mridanga. Like everyone should know every part of the world, because how much can you go and preach to everyone? But if they get one book of Srila Prabhupada or the Acharyas or Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, they read one page, their life is going to be changed. Many, I think almost 50% of the whole ISKCON devotees have come to the movement through reading Prabhupada's books. Nobody preached to them. Somehow, not somehow, by Krishna's mercy, they got a book, they read and they come. Some, they have dedicated their life just by reading Prabhupada's book. So these are the 7 purposes. As an ISKCON follower, we should know why this ISKCON have been made by Prabhupada, and what was his. This is the one which he gave. And when he made this ISKCON at that time in 66, when he registered on this particular day in 1966, how many devotees were there in ISKCON at that time? How many members were there? Does anyone know? In 1966, huh?
No, Mataji.
5
One
Mataji.
only.
5 Mataji.
Yeah, 4 or 5 of them. One was
5
Srila Prabhupada.
Mataji.
One was Srila Prabhupada, 2 was his disciples, and 3 was 2 was his disciple. 3rd one was somebody who was was walking on the road, and the 5th one was the person who Prabhupada have taken a rent of this matchless gift shop. That owner of that shop. So Prabhupada said, I'll take $20, you take $20, we all take little bit money, and the owner, you also take $20 because you are also a member of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And he's like, how many members are there now when they registered? Prabhupada's like thousands of members, 10,000 members, and so many temples, 108 temples. And Prabhupada stopped and said, time is just separating me from them. Time. Prabhupada could see, because at the end of his preaching in 1977, when he was about to leave the body, he already made 10,000 disciples and 108 temples all over the world. So Prabhupada had a long vision. He could see, he's a pure devotee. He knows that Krishna didn't bring him to America just like that. It's there for a purpose. Prabhupada sings in the Boro Kripa Koile Krishna, the song he wrote in the Jaladuta ship. He said that Bhakti nahi beda nahi name kub daro Bhakti vedanta naam ebe sartha koro Boro kripa koile Krishna adha mera prati Ilage anilete boro ebe gadi Boro kripa koile Krishna. So he says, Bhakti nahi, Veda nahi, Name Kubadara. I don't have Bhakti, I don't have knowledge, but I have so much strong faith in your holy name, Krishna. Why would you bring me to this godless society in America? War was going on. Why would Krishna bring Prabhupada there? Because Krishna had a purpose. Krishna had a purpose from Prabhupada, right? He could not preach in India, and Krishna made it a failure. Prabhupada started some other institute. Anyone knows that? The first institute which Prabhupada started before ISKCON in India, he started something. What was that?
Gaudiya Math.
That is by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. His guru started Gaudiya Math, 64 Gaudiya Math. Prabhupada didn't start Gaudiya Math. League of Devotees. Yeah, League of Devotees in Jhansi. So Prabhupada had a big building also, League of Devotees. Some devotees also joined, but somehow it became a flop. Not somehow, it was Krishna's plan. If the League of Devotees had been successful, Prabhupada will never go to America, no? Never. ISKCON will never come. So it was Krishna's plan that if it were, Prabhupada have made only the League of Devotees famous. If you read Lilamrita, you can see the picture also. Prabhupada is standing in front of the League of Devotees. All of you, I recommend, please read Lilamrita. You appreciate how much Prabhupada have done for us, how much struggle he have taken, how much Krishna has blessed him. When you read Lilamrita, I guarantee every one of you will cry. At least once tears will come to your eyes. So much Prabhupada have done for us. And to know his glory and to know how fortunate we are to come under his shelter, you develop a nice relationship with Prabhupada after reading Lilamrita. So good it is to read. You'll never stop after that. So there's a 7-volume book. Also, there is 1-volume book also you can read. So there, if Prabhupada could have been successful in the League of Devotees, then he'll never go to America. But Krishna didn't want that. So Krishna made him stop it, in the sense somehow it became a flop, so that Prabhupada goes. As he says, Yasyaham anugrashyami harishye taddanam sane tadoddanam tyajantyasya swajana dukkha dukhitam. When Krishna is very merciful to a devotee, he takes away all his material opulences, the relatives and friends and everyone make him isolated, so that he become more close to Krishna. All goes Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, Vaijendri Mataji, what is it?
Ji, when was this League of Devotees started in Jhansi, Mataji? Hare Krishna.
What?
League of Devotees was started in Jhansi, you said, no, Mataji. In which year, Mataji?
Year, I don't remember. It's definitely before 1965. You can just search. I don't know the year. Okay. But I know that he started League of Devotees and it was a failure. Prabhupada could not pay the rent, and then somehow somebody else took the League of Devotees. It's in 1953. 1953, that's what the Google says. Prabhupada books. May 16, 1955, League of Devotees prospectus. Registered office. It was registered, League of Devotees were registered in 1953. Okay. That's so after that, Prabhupada then left everything and went to Vrindavan and was there for around 10 years. Then so 53, 65, yeah, almost. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Aishi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Mataji, I have one question, that tomorrow is your Sadachar class?
No, it will be put in the group. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Sadachar class is on Saturdays. Okay, Hare Krishna, everyone. So our Prem Kishani Mataji is in Vrindavan now. Yesterday she came to Delhi, and then today she's in Vrindavan for a few days, and then she'll be coming to Mangalore. I'm going to meet her after like 3 years of our online association. The first time I'm going to meet her. 15th she'll be in Mangalore. Those who are nearby can come to meet Mataji. She's so inspiring and she's been my Shiksha Guru for a long time. She's very nice. Whenever we have any issues, Mataji is always there for us. So 15th and 16th, I think Mataji is going to be here in Mangalore. Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining. No more questions. Anything to add? Vanchakalpatarupasya kripasindubheva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namanim kodi vaishnavanta ki jai. Namaste Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Keep chanting. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Before I forget, July 16th or 18th, the Purushottam month starts. For 1 month, please increase your japa, because whatever japa we are doing during Kartik, it's 1,000 times greater when you do whatever japa you do normal days, it becomes 1,000-fold in Kartik, and it becomes 16,000 when you do it in Purushottam month. You can read the Purushottam Yoga, that is 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Chorashtakam, on this particular day, because Purushottam month is Atik Mas, and it comes once in 3 years. Okay, so no fasting and all that time. So please read more and chant more. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you. Hare Krishna. What will ask Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Chaurashtakam, we can be treated as a Vaishnava song. Na? We can normally also we can song, na, Mataji.
Yeah. But then not everyone sings every day. So,
Yeah,
but on Purushottam month specifically they sing. Yes, Ramesh Prabhu. Like how you sing Gopi Geet and Damodar Ashtaka during Kartik month, like that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. My question is, like you said, the pranas are going and it takes time when a person is going to die.
Yes.
So what is the sequence, like Apan?
I don't know. I don't know, but they just said that the each Vayu, it leaves one by one, not all of a sudden. Might be like in case of accident also, or a sudden heart attack or so. Still, it is said that there is no sign or symptoms in the body, but then the air leaves slowly, but I don't know how it leaves and the order and all. Okay, so someone else can.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining. Hare Krishna.